when the Antichrist comes, he will similarly have 3 headquarters. One, a religious headquarter in Jerusalem. Secondly, a military headquarters in Berlin, Germany. And thirdly, a commercial headquarters in New Babylon. 3. What it was in the past will once again repeat in the future. I say this based on the revelations the Lord gave me. Now, in the year 2016, the Lord had me go to Berlin and to do a prayer walk in Berlin. And it was during the prayer walk, the Lord showed me the ancient spirits that were dwelling there in the city of Berlin, and those ancient spirits that inhabited in Hitler, and once again those same ancient spirits will re-emerge in the last days in the Antichrist. And subsequently, we went back again in 2017 to do a prophetic conference in Berlin. And once again in this year, next month, we will be in Berlin to do a prophetic conference, because the Lord showed me what is going to happen quickly in Germany. So that's why He said, you need to go and do a prophetic conference there and prophesy, speak over the city, and raise up prophetic intercessors for the nation. You know, many things that are prophesied in the Bible, you cannot prevent them from happening. However, the consequences can be lessened. That we can do. Our prayers can do that. Our prayers can be mitigating factors to reduce impact of judgments or reduce the impact of the enemy's force coming upon the church. Now, this ancient Babylon, before the word Babylon came, it was called Babel. Genesis chapter 10 verse 10 tells us like that. And the founder of Babel, Genesis chapter 10 verse 8 says, is a man called Nimrod. I'm sure you have heard of this famous name, Nimrod, or infamous name. Now, who was Nimrod? The Bible tells this much of little information about him. 2 things about him. Number 1, he was the first king of the ancient world. First king. And a very powerful ruler on the earth. So he had political power. Number 1. Number 2, he was a mighty warrior, a conqueror. So that tells us another thing about him. He had military power. So he was a powerful world leader, political world leader. Secondly, he was a mighty military leader who goes conquering. These are 2 things that says about him. And another thing about him was, the scripture says he was a mighty hunter before God. In the original Hebrew, it says he was a mighty defiant person against God. So he was a very, very defiant man against the living God. So he stood for everything against God. So that led him to the next thing. He wanted to build a unified world city and a tall tower. Genesis chapter 11 verse 4 tells us that. So what he attempted to do was to create the first new world order. That he was the first person to attempt that. A new world order where the whole world comes under his control, and he will be the political leader over all, and he will subdue all nations militarily and bring them all under his control. And Babel will be the headquarters for the whole world. That's what he wanted to do. Secondly, the purpose of the tower. What was the purpose of the tower? Why constructing a tower can be such a bad thing? Okay, let's look at how the tower was built. If you read Genesis chapter 11 verse 3, the scripture says, they use burnt brick cemented together with mortar made of bitumen. Now when you mix such composure, what results is a waterproof structure. Burnt brick made with mortar, then bitumen applied all over. And do you know, that's the exact formula that God gave to Noah to build the ark. So what Nimrod attempted to do was, if God ever sent another flood, his city and his tower are waterproof. That was his attempt. I will withstand against whatever the Almighty will do. The Almighty cannot touch me, cannot touch my government, cannot touch my city. We are waterproof. But he forgot one thing. It was not fireproof. He forgot. He forgot to make it fireproof, so God sent fire down instead of water. So they built this tower. Now how can a skyscraper be a bad thing? If you look at the world today, many nations of the world are competing with one another who is going to build the tallest skyscraper in the world. Just when the Dubai government thought they had built a huge skyscraper, have you seen it? The Burj Towers. The Taiwanese people came to build the tallest skyscraper in the world, called the One Tower. See? One. Don't forget the word one. One world order. One world government. One world religion. One. Amazingly, that's what it was called, one. They all are competing with one another to build the tallest structure, like what Nimrod did. Ancient Babylon had more gods or similar gods. Hundreds and thousands, if not millions of gods and goddesses. And there is a god for everything. A god of the wood, a god of the tree, the god of current, the god of this, god of that, a god for everything. So they worship a pantheon of gods and goddesses. And each city had a patron god and a temple. Every nook of the corner of the streets, you'll find a small altar or a small temple, and there is a god for that. This was found in Babylon. I was shocked when I first went to Nepal in 1986. At the turn of every street, and at the turn of even the corners of a street, there is a small altar. And the pious Hindus in Nepal, they would reverently bow down and worship those gods and those altars and even feed them. I saw a woman feeding rice to these idols. That's how religious they were. What I saw in Nepal made me realize how the Babylonians would have been. Very, very religious people. And being religious, they had two kinds of practices. One, they practiced divination, witchcraft and magic. Daniel chapter 1 verse 20, chapter 2 verse 2, verse 10, verse 27, chapter 4 verse 7, chapter 5 verse 7 and verse 11. In all these scriptures, you'll find mention in the book of Daniel about the religious background of the Babylonians. They practiced divination, witchcraft, magic, and they were soothsayers. Soothsayers meaning they were prophesying. So they prophesied. Besides that, they were also great in astrology. Astrology had its roots in Babylon. And again, you'll find them mentioned in Daniel chapter 1 verse 20, chapter 2 verse 2, verse 10, verse 27.
Please subscribe to our channel for more prophetic insights. Like this video and share it with your friends and family so they too can prepare.